Black teen arrested after a white CVS worker makes a false claim, then it goes viral, and we got questions. Here it is.
You did this. You did this. You did this. No, I was in the store the entire time, honey. I saw it all. No, defend you because he did nothing wrong. You were following him from the time he walked in the store. No, honey, no.
Just let them talk. I can hear you. I don't need you yelling. I'm not a child. And I'm not your child. This is what happens.
Exactly.
They would have never. Just let them cuff you. Just let them cuff you. That's dead wrong. I work here. I don't gotta go to work here.
And I was here the entire time and saw everything what happened.
That's dead.
Please calm down.
Get off of him.
Please calm down.
Y'all called because he pulled a knife on you.
No, he didn't. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. He didn't. Let me tell you something. If she don't know the slang, she needs to shut the hell up because the only thing he said, he'll pull out a band, and a band is money. If she don't know the slang, she needs to shut the hell up. And he don't got no weapon.
Look at that.
I want us to all understand what just happened. Put up the picture full mass. You have an employee of said agency, CVS. This employee decides to accuse a child of having a weapon. You make that kind of accusation, you need to be absolutely positive because, see, that accusation can get someone killed. The accusation happened to be false, wrong, incorrect. So every response from a parent or even bystander is fitting. Here we go. Black teen arrested after a white CVS worker makes a false claim. An encounter between a CVS employee and a black teenager escalated to a 911 call that ended in the teen's arrest after the employee alleged he had a knife when he did not. Local news outlets report that police officers in North Charleston, South Carolina, were called to a CVS store on September 29th to respond to a disturbance involving a youth. One witness recorded the arrest, confronts the employee who called 911 and reported that the child threatened her. The witness says, "You did this." CVS employee says, quote, "You didn't understand what he did. He threatened me with a knife," end quote. The witness says, "No, I was in the store the entire time, honey. I saw it all." CVS employee, quote, "Then why didn't you defend me?" Witness, "Defend you because he did nothing wrong," end quote. Now, an investigation, according to the Post, by the North Charleston Police Department has revealed that no policy violations occurred during an incident at a CVS pharmacy parking lot where a juvenile was subdued and detained after allegedly possessing a knife. However, upon further investigation by officers at the scene on Thursday, no weapon was found. So the woman recording the arrest adds that the CVS cashier who called the cops mistook the slang the teen used for a threat. Quote, "The only thing he said he would pull out is a band. And that means band of money." She shouted, "If she don't know the slang, she need to shut the hell up," end quote. Let's put up the chief here. You know, ironically, police officers go through slang training. They do. And sometimes it's contextualized through the culture of gang affiliation or just everyday street slang. It's a language. The North Charleston Police Chief, Ron Camacho, said in a statement, quote, "The caller reported that a male individual inside the store was yelling, using profane language, and had allegedly threatened the staff. It was also indicated that the individual may have been armed with a knife. End quote. Police said once they located the teen matching the description, they took him into custody after a brief struggle. However, no weapon was found. No injuries were reported. Authorities said that after they took the teen into custody, they charged him with third-degree assault and breach of peace before releasing him back to his parents. Quote, "We understand that this incident has raised questions within our community, especially given that it involved a juvenile. While there have been reports that the individual may have been selling candy, that detail remains unconfirmed," the chief says. "We're not asking about no damn candy. Did he have a knife or not, Chief? Was there a deadly weapon on his person? Did he show a knife and threaten to use a knife?" Police also concluded that the responding officers violated no policies after conducting an internal investigation into the incident. Quote, "In accordance with department policy, incidents involving any use of force are reviewed by our Office of Professional Standards, Internal Affairs, and the Use of Force Training Unit. No policy violations were identified," Camacho said. "Did you have a right to engage the juvenile based on no evidence that the juvenile did anything illegal? Did you have a right to arrest the juvenile, to detain the juvenile?" It's amazing to me how the rhetoric from the chief or the chief's office is all about protecting the chief, protecting the grown folks, protecting the individuals who made a victim from a juvenile who was inside of a store using slang. Thank God for the person inside of the store who was able to provide clarity, a recording, and set the record straight. Isn't it interesting that no one is talking about the juvenile, but that bystander and Indisputable and folk who saw this story and give a damn? It seems to me that the police department would be on the side of the juvenile, that the police department would realize their duty to serve and say something like, I don't know, the officers jumped to conclusions based on the description of the caller. The juvenile is safe. Charges have been dropped, et cetera, et cetera. But instead, it seems like a lawyer and a PR person got together to craft a narrative in order to save your ass rather than give a damn about the juvenile who simply was inside of a CVS, a place where, you go to get remedy for health issues. All right, dear brother, thoughts here?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna have to put that quote on a t-shirt. If she don't know the slang, she need to shut the hell up.
There you go.
It's probably my favorite thing I've heard about a story like this before. Did they use excessive force against that juvenile? Probably, but I think more needs to be talked about. The CVS woman, charges need to be pressed against her because she acted entirely too rashly. She misinformed the police. And so they answered to a call expecting this child to be in possession of a deadly weapon. And that was a lie. She had no basis to make that lie, to make that claim. And I think charges need to be brought. We see stories like this time and time again. They're not ever going to, by their benevolence, give us respect and equal rights. The only way we're going to have to get them is to not abuse, but take advantage of the judicial system like it is taking an advantage against us. So people like this CVS worker have weaponized the police, law enforcement, the judicial system against people of color for centuries. So it's about time that we start suing everybody that calls police on us. Every time somebody calls the police on me going out, not that it happens frequently. I don't know if I've ever had some police call me. Call it right back on them. So this woman is misinforming you. She's abusing an emergency service. So charges need to be pressed against her. And sue CVS too, because you're employing some kind of crazy person that's imagining knives on people and calling the police on customer base. That's not, the only way that things are going to change is if we start affecting people's bottom dollar. If we start to enrich ourselves based on other people's ignorance. Yeah. That's what I think, at least.
Yeah, and I'm waiting on CVS for an official response. I will give you all a few days before we update this story.